How you doing, guys? Back for another beer review. Just did the Macassin Milk Stout if you've been following, and if you've been following you must have some sort of special powers, because I'll most likely upload this out of order anyway, so you shouldn't even know what the hell I did before this. But this is quite a big switch, quite a big jump from what I just had, the 4.9, basically mild beer. And now we're going to go to 3Beans from Sixpoint Craft Ales in a can, and this was sent to me by Averagejoe. Big thanks to him. It is 10% alcohol by volume. It is an ale brewed with natural flavors and with coffee added. So Sixpoint Craft Ales, and they are out of Brooklyn, New York. It says, okay, let's go here. Text is a little blurry. Take thou also unto the wheat and barley and beans and put them in one vessel. So apparently maybe that's a Bible quote of some sort. I haven't read the Bible in quite a while, so I'm not quite up on it. The beans of bygone brewers united with cacao and coffee to create a trinity of roasted, rich, and savory flavors. Okay. Oh, I like the barcode on this one, man. Don't know if you can see that properly. Probably not. It's got like a Statue of Liberty, top half of the Statue of Liberty on the barcode. And the rest of the barcode actually looks like skyscrapers as well. Very, very cool. Very neat. Alright. It's a 10% canned craft brew, so expecting good things here. Despite the fact that it looks like an energy drink can, but actually when you think about it, that's probably even a better way to can your beers in these more slim cans. I mean, I've ragged on slim cans before, looking trendy and hip and all that bullshit, but when you think about it, canning, part of the reason to can is to have it more lightweight, more easy to carry, and having a 6-pack of these as opposed to a 6-pack of regular size cans, it would just be easier to transport, wouldn't it? Look at that. Quite a bit of head that thing poured. And I poured it down the side of the glass too. Looks like a very deep ruby red, really. That's the highlights I'm getting. Looks basically dark brown, bordering mahogany, just looking at it straight up. It doesn't look pitch black, so it looks more like coffee, basically. Head is, I'd say tan, I wouldn't say brown. So we're going to rate the smell. Cheers. See if I can get any aroma off this. That head's so thick. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of sweetness, but mostly it's a slight sort of roasted coffee fade throughout the entire thing. It's not particularly strong. It smells okay. Honestly, the aroma's very underwhelming though. The head's starting to die down here. Leaving nice fucking lacing. Look at that, man. Head is sort of milkshake like. Yeah, I'm just getting this very faint but at the same time kind of thick coffee smell. Like it's weird to describe. It just, yeah, just some sort of faint coffee thing overall. So hopefully the taste will be much better. Cheers. We'll go right into it now. Oh, there we go. Where the aroma was lacking, the taste definitely makes up for it. Getting some big flavors here. As you might expect, coffee, big time coffee. Definitely cacao. I can get big time roasty bitterness, just coating the sides of my tongue to the point where it's almost coming off slightly sour. It's hard to like say, oh, I can pick out this coffee and this coffee or whatever, and I do have some experience with that, but overall it's just a very, I gotta say, it's very one note, but it's a nice one note kind of beer. I mean, it's very big, all the different coffee that they have in this is blending into this big roasty coffee thing. It's not espresso, it's much more your dark roasted French or something along those lines. Maybe Italian. Yeah, espresso is Italian. What am I saying? Yeah, more of a dark roasted French kind of thing. Oh, we're starting to get some more flavors now. I'm getting this building up bitterness in the back of the throat. Definitely roasted coffee, but it's also almost got a slight hazelnutty quality to it, although I doubt there's any sort of hazelnut anything in this. But also getting a very getting a bit of a lactic milky kind of quality to it as well. Creamy, very smooth, medium mouthfeel, very strong on the coffee bitterness. I gotta say, if you don't like bitter coffee, this beer is going to be a major turnoff for you, I think. And definitely not for beginners. Man, that's a big bitter beer. Big time coffee bitterness. It is like drawing out the sides of my tongue. I'm always wondering how hopped they have this thing. No mention of IBUs or anything like that, but it feels like it's coffee and hops playing together somewhere. Whew, wow. Very, the bitterness is really just overtaking the entire thing. It's very unbalanced, I'll say that. It's not a very well balanced beer. It's like a one of those majorly hopped IPAs in a way, but instead of fucking hops, it's coffee, right? Where those people really love the roasted coffee taste. And I do, but I like it more on the espresso side, and this is definitely not espresso. This is something else. This is almost like burnt Colombian coffee. It tastes good though. It's just very bracing. It's almost like they bittered it up intentionally, like to the point where you have to take sips so you don't get drunk off the thing so quick, because otherwise it's very smooth. You have no alcohol at all in this thing. 10%, don't taste it at all. It's just not there. So if this was less bitter, it would be an incredibly dangerous beer, but as it stands, I think it's one that I'm definitely going to sit back and sip. It's got like a roasty bitterness to it, akin to like what is that one? Port Brewing's Old Viscosity or whatever it is that I reviewed a while back that I couldn't quite get into at the time. I'm a bit more accustomed to that sort of thing now, so this isn't bothering me as much, but I still got to sip it. It's still a sipper. It's not very complex. It's very one note. Very strong in the flavor, though. Still not really getting anything from the aroma. And that, I guess I'm going to have to mark against it for that. The highest I'm going to go is 3.5 out of 5. It's definitely one worth trying. but it's definitely not for everybody, man. You come across this, you gotta like your roasted coffees. Like you gotta be one of those people that drink coffee black without any sweetness at all in it, because that's what you're getting out of this. So big thanks to Averagejoe for this. Very interesting to try this, man. Very, very cool. I definitely like it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it very slowly over the next little while before I do any more reviews. Sixpoint, first beer I've had from them. 3Beans, and I guess this must be what, a stout? It says ale, but I guess maybe it's maybe a porter or a stout, generally in style. You have to look that up. I'll write that in the description anyway down there. So yeah, 3Beans from Sixpoint. I'm going to give that 3.5 out of 5. That's a solid 7. I can't give it any higher because it's just not complex. Too one note. The drinkability is definitely not where I would want it to be. But other than that, excellent beer and definitely worth trying. See you guys later.